the microphone was off. Okay, hello guys. Hi Kashif Ali Sajad. Hi Junior Pro, and I think also Alvin. Yes, hi Alvin, how are you? Oh, it's really blurry. Is that my internet? How is it like? How do you guys get the stream? Is it blurry like I'm watching it, or is it better? I'm not sure. If anyone could tell me what is the quality, I will show you the code. Can you read the code? Please let me know. I have here the pop-up chat. Because right now I only have my small screen, so I cannot be checking the live stream, the quality on the other screen. So, okay. Hi Duke, how are you doing? I'm very good, thank you, Alvin. Okay, so I didn't set the resolution well. Oh, the mouse clicking is annoying, isn't it? Is it an AI-based game? No, it's just a random reflex kind of game. So you need to beat the time. 4800p for me, but I'm on my phone. You're in your phone. Can you still read the code if I use the bigger font like that, Duke? So, well, I'm gonna explain what we're going to do today. Today, I'm gonna go here in Unity. Actually, I made some progress. I cheated. Sorry, guys. I made some progress while I was not streaming. I got to register a user with their Facebook account. So basically, it's one-click sign in. If you just need to allow the permissions. So what we do is we get the user ID. It is a Facebook plugin. It's really easy to use. We're going to learn that. I want to know how many of you would like to learn how to use the Facebook plugin to use the login function and get your users information like the user ID, the friends that also have installed the application, the profile picture, their name, all those information you can have by using the Facebook plugin. So I decided to use it. So I'm gonna show you the code, and I was looking at this. I have, okay, so it looks good, that's fine, great. So I'm gonna show you what I did. So here I made a class called sign in. Oops, I don't really want everyone to see the URL. Actually, I'll hide it a little bit. But basically what we do is we create a post to our PHP, which is here in the URL. That's why I should have a app config file so that all my URLs, my keys, and my passwords, I call them from the app config, and I can show you guys the code without any concern. I'm gonna do that later. So we made an HTTP request. We use it as a post. So we said, where did I do that? Here. The username is equals this, and the password is equals the password. And we have, so username is actually the ID of the user, so how they log in, and this is the display name. This is what they show to all the players on the rankings. So we just need to submit 3 things. I'm not going to go into too much detail how we do that, but then we'll get a response from the PHP code that we wrote. And if you watched my PHP series, you would be familiar with how we do the request to our PHP files and how we connect to the database, how we can store files. So Junior Pro asked, will this tutorial be uploaded to Facebook or YouTube? Anywhere as a series? Well, yeah, all my videos, I keep them here on my channel, so please make sure to subscribe to it and also share it to your friends. You will see more of this. Right now I'm making a whole series on making one mobile game, so that later people can request specific features from the game. So for example, the database connection, the Highscore ranking, Facebook login, and all those different things, I'm gonna use some time to make around two videos every week about different features, and only focusing on that. Not as a live stream at that point. It would be just a regular video, so that it's much more like compressed, shorter, and straight to the point. So then we get a response string, which is just like the user was created, or simply that you logged in correctly. So all the actual code is done in a PHP, which I can show you actually is here. So this is create a user. This is how we create. I can't. Okay. There you go. So this is Visual Studio Code. You can use it to code PHP. Basically, I passed the username and the password and the name from Unity. I pass it here, then we do the connection. If we failed, we'll return an error. Otherwise, if any of this is empty, we'll return with an error message. And then we're going to select all the users from the users table and see if the user already exists. So if the user already exists, we're going to show this and let the user log in. Otherwise, the user is not taken, so we're creating a user and we're inserting it into our database. This is a very basic way of doing this. Of course, here we don't have security yet. We didn't. We don't have email verification. We don't have a lot of things that we can still add, and we're gonna add in the future. But right now, this works to create a user. And here you'll see that I have also a where is it? Login Facebook here. In login, I have I'm using the Facebook plugin, which you can download from Facebook developers. And it's very simple. So when we press the button that you see here, this Facebook button, what it does, it will let me find it here. So first we initialize Facebook, and then we set the Facebook login button. So there is a function I made called login with Facebook, which where is it? Just press F12 to find it. Oh, F12 here. Login with Facebook. So this is an actual function from the Facebook plugin, so you cannot like actually modify it, but it's very simple. What it does, we need to set what permissions we want to ask the user for. So we want to access their public profile and their email, and then we will have a callback function when it's going to get us the result if we could log in or not. So if the user we're already logged in their phone and they just click accept, we're gonna get a positive result, and then we can access the user information here. So Facebook is logged in, so if we actually logged in, we'll have a token, which is the current access token. We can use the user ID in that case. With that user ID, you can actually set them in your database because it's unique for each Facebook user. And then here I just showed different permissions that we were asking for the user. I just debug them. Get the user info, so I made a function. For getting the user info, you need to use the Facebook API and just request this like this with the method, like with get method instead of post or something like that. And then you have a delegate function. This I just made it here in the code. Actually, we just took this from the web. So register user, there's in the documentation from the Facebook developer site. So you can see how you can register user. This is how I did it. So I just call the coroutine that I made here in sign in, and I pass the ID. I pass an empty password because Facebook users for now, meanwhile, they will not have a password. And we'll use their first name as a display name. So I already registered me with my Facebook into the database. So we're going to be using my Facebook to upload my Highscore. I don't want to show you my Facebook ID. So I'm not going to be showing you my database yet. But I was using the database from 000.webhost.com. That's the one we learned how to use in my PHP and my SQL series. And those, why I prefer that database, a lot of free hosting services you can find with unlimited bandwidth and unlimited space, really good offers, but they all have these JavaScript bots to provide like more security on your server. So to prevent like DDoS attacks and all those things, they always run scripts on all of your pages and all of your sites. And that will not let you work properly with PHP and Unity, because Unity cannot browse sites that have JavaScript. So 000 web host is a good solution if you're planning to make your backend for trying, or if you just for a hobby and you don't want to pay for a hosting service, you can use their website. So let me see. Great. Junior Pro says, great. This is amazing. Thank you so much. I hope it's useful somehow, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Just like me, like being chatting with someone. Alvin asked, where do you learn to code at university, at home? Well, I first started code. My cousin asked me to start learning code, and I learned some HTML, but I couldn't understand like what was the use of learning these things. I was a kid by then. And then I went to university. 1 year I went to engineering, and then I had my first year of programming, and I didn't know anything. It was like my first time at all touching code, like for real. And we learned some PHP, but very basically, some MySQL, some other stuff, and then that was it. And then because I dropped off university at that point, I didn't want to keep going on engineering. I wanted to make games. At that point, I already knew that I wanted to make games. So I started learning code by myself. I was asking my cousin for help sometimes. I already dropped university. I dropped it for like 2 years, and I was learning what I was working. And after those 2 years, I came to Hong Kong to study a career called video games and animation, where we learned code, and we learned 3D modeling, and we learned all things like video editing. We even learned photography and all those things. So it was really useful to like have a very round up knowledge of all these things that we have to do in computer science, like I think I've used a lot of what I've learned in that course in school, because I make videos, and sometimes I need to take photos, sound editing, coding, and then whatever you need to get stronger, you just keep learning on your own. And that's how I did it. So you're a pro. Oh, you're a dropout too. So what do you do as a dropout? Where were you studying? And while you reply me that, I'm gonna keep going through the code here. So yep, basically what we were saying is that Facebook will log us in. I'm gonna show you it. I'm gonna show you here how it works. So basically and this is in Unity, so it's just a sample. If you really wanted to open the Facebook prompt, you need to run it on your phone. But basically users can press here. Let me show you what I done in when I was free these days. So you can use your email, insert there, and then you can create a user or log in, or you can cancel Facebook. Here you need a in here because you see warning mock dialog. What we need here is to find an access token and send it, and we can simulate a success, a cancel, or an error. So send cancel. So user canceled the login. So now what we need to do, we can actually play the game, right? We first of all we need to get the users from our database, the names, and their scores. And we're going to get the top 10 and show them here in this list. And on the last row, we're going to show the current rank of the user. So let's say we have 1,000 scores and our user is 59. And so we are going to show the first top 10. And then on the 11th row, we're going to show Frederick or whatever. And then the ranking is the score. Oh, and also the ranking. So we need to add one more column. So Frederick, 20 points, and the ranking is 59 or something like that. So that's what we're gonna do, because we already have the gameplay. You see that I improved the graphics a little bit by changing the font. So we have find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, I like this game. Actually, a lot of people think it's lame, but I like it. So I increased the number up to 25. Now nothing happens when we break all the blocks. When we break all the blocks, of course, they should be refreshed with more. We need to have the combos. So if you are fast enough, you can add time to the timer. And if the time runs up also, you need to be able to lose. So those are things that we're going to do when we're finishing the gameplay. But now we're going to focus on the high score. So I'm going to have a user class. So when we log in, we're going to create a user with the user ID and the username so that we can use it. So that we can use it. And then here we have main, right? So we're going to have an reference to the user, the current user, into our main instance. So let's go and create a script. User, and let me keep checking here before we continue. Alvin, so I'm a dropout as well. So here everyone's a dropout. While listening to you coding, I'm also drawing. So we have artists here as well. So let me go in order. Alvin, I actually did economy in university. Didn't quite enjoy it, to be honest. So I started developing 4 years ago. Oh, nice, nice. So well, when I was studying engineering, they also had a lot of like economics and business classes that I didn't really want. I didn't really like. I thought they were useful, but I didn't really like them. I was like, I want to make games. And then all those guys were like, oh no, like you should do a business app or something like that. And I didn't really want that. So yeah, drawing, you should, okay, Duke, if you finish your drawings, you can share them with us in our Discord server. So right now I should show you our Discord. I don't know if I can show Discord here. I'm always afraid that I'm going to show something like a password or something when I'm live streaming, and then like all my stuff is going to get stolen or something. I don't know. Here, so invite people. I should do this at the beginning of every live stream. So Duke, you can go to the Discord server and share with us what you do, what you draw. Remember, and now Junior Pro, I was in IT, but because I love making games, I left my university. I'm a 3D modeler and designer. Wow. Also, I have my own studio where I make mobile games, ultra casual games. That's great. I admire what you do, because I also want to have like my own studio and make mobile games and try to live with that, live with the YouTube videos, you know, have just like a simple life doing what I like. It's nice to see that there are coders here and also 3D modelers and artists. Really nice. If you have any nice 3D model you would like to share with us, you should post it on the Discord channel. Forkenpenically, I hope I say your name right. Good job, thank you. If you have any questions, let me know during the live stream. Doodling, sketching. Okay. Yeah, anyway, if you think it's fun or like it's nice and you're proud of it, you can always share it with us in the Discord. So let's continue. So I made a user class. This is not going to be a mono behavior. It's something I'm going to create and have in our main instance. And this, I'm going to set it when I log in. So every time I log in, I can log in many times within one game, right? Like changing user or something like that. So we're just going to have some fields like public user ID. Forget the type. Been doing PHP lately, so I forget to type the type. Public string and name. And later we can have things like the profile picture or whatever else come from like our user info, from the Photoshop, from the Facebook plugin and all those things. So we have this user, and in main menu, not main menu, main here, we're going to have a user, public user called user. And this user is where, like, if for example we want to get the high score, so we get user, we can have the function inside user.highscore, and we can get it, or maybe we should do that on somewhere else. I don't know. Yeah, but let's say we want to get the username, and user.name, and that's it. Did we write like that? Username, yes. User, and then here we could just call this ID. This user.id. So now when we log in with Facebook, so Facebook will have a callback function. So here we trace this. Log in with Facebook, we have an authentication callback, and then here we also have so here, this is the callback. So we already have the user info here. So we're going to store this user ID. And we're also going to store the first name that we get here. You could also get the last name. You can get their age if they have set their age. As I was saying with the Facebook plugin. So here, main.instance.user .id equals a token .user ID. I'm doing this like a tutorial, but it's funny. And then I'm going to do something really similar here. Here, result dictionary. Result dictionary first name. .toString. Here's remember user ID. Right. So now we will have those two values in the user we made that is stored in our main. So remember, when main starts, we want to create a new user. User equals new user. Yeah. So now what we're going to do is make a PHP file that is going to get the ranking of the top 10 players, and we also need to be able to upload our high score. So we need two functions: upload high score, and we also need get ranking. All right, so let's go here to Visual Studio Code. I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to save it as PHP, and I'm going to call this something like submit high score. All right, so the first part is going to be very similar. I guess that for submitting, later I'm gonna add a key. That key is generated with a seed. Like maybe we can have the key on Unity and on our server, so they have to match, so that you cannot submit scores from external applications. Because let's say if you want to cheat on this game, what you could do is, if you get your username, you can make a script, post to the same script that your application posts usually. So it's very easy to do this. You can I'm gonna teach you how to hack and submit a high score. So what you do is, first of all, you need to use some software to intercept the package that you're sending from your application. So essentially is this here. When you this one, not this one, the sign in, this one. When we made this web request and we submitted the username, the password, if you can get this, and then you can replicate and post your own, so you get the URL where you're posting this, and then you get your own username, and you post your own high score. So if you make your own script, you can type any high score that you want, then you can submit it to the database, and then you will be the user with the highest high score. So that's why you need to have a key, an encryption key, and encrypt your usernames and everything on the app and on the server, and you use the same key, and you decode with the same key on the server. So I don't know if that makes sense. I'm not really good at explaining this stuff, but yeah. Let's see more comments here. Do you have a job? Because I think you're a very good coder. Thank you. Yeah, I have a code. I'm I'm too sleepy. I have a job. What I do in my job is we work a lot with HTC Vive. So I do a lot of virtual reality. But of course, my dream is to leave my job and start my own studio doing games. So, but right now I got a job, and I use Unity, so that's why where I learned all my Unity. Proxy is a good software to check the web request. Charles Proxy. We're trying to make a video trying to cheat on some game one day. I'll try to see if we can use this. So yeah, let's go back to where we were. So here in Unity, we created a user. Now we said we have to create a submit high score PHP file. So I'm going to copy the first part here all the way to the connection. Do we need this as well? Let's copy the first part here only first. So here and the PHP there with that tag. I was searching online and I found something quite interesting. So let me see if I can here. So I found this. I'm gonna send you guys the link so you can read by yourselves if you want. This was nice. It's very old, but it was nice. I don't know if there is a better way to do it now. I learned also PHP really long ago. So, and MySQL. So I think if this works, we can just keep this. So he explained really well, step by step. And basically what we do is a query with a subquery, and we get the rankings in ascending. Oh, but this is not submit the high score. I jumped to get the ranks already. So let me create that file as well too. So file, new file, save as get rank king.php. We save as PHP. So for get ranking, we're going to use this guy's solution, which was really nice. So we just need to provide a user ID, and then we're going to get some array, some table back to us. So it's a query with a subquery. You see here, it select the ranked. Correct is actually the high score. It's like the rank and the high score from the users ordered by the high score in descending order. So the highest score is going to be the first one. And then we have everything there. Let's submit a high score first. I forgot I was doing that. So just like when we create a user, if you see, we can use the insert into, but insert into, what it does, it inserts a new row. What we want to do is update. We want to update in an existing row. So if you want to find documentations for PHP and examples, I really recommend this website. So here you can find, can we search something like update and SQL update statement. So you have update the table, set column 1 to value, column 2 to value 2, where the condition applies. So in our case, the condition will be where ID equals user ID. For example, update customers, set contact name, yada yada yada, where customer ID is equals to 1. And hey, hello. I think my microphone got disconnected. Sorry guys. Yeah, I felt something weird with the microphone. So is it good now? I think it's good now because I plug it like back again. I see movement on here, so I guess it's working. Okay, nice. So what was I saying? I said a lot of stuff. Okay, just let's go to just let's do it. Let's do it. So instead of doing it like this, we are going to create a connection variable, which is which is here in required connection settings. There's my connection. So then we can use it here, like just like this. So here, submit Highscore. We also get a Highscore. Here we don't need the name. The password will be used just for security purposes or whatever. And here, username, not a username. What is it? Highscore. Highscore is equals to post Highscore. All right, and now here, instead of insert, remember it's update. We can check here. Just copy that better. Update. We need to close this. So update customers. Set not customers. We have users. Let me show you a little bit my database. So I'm going to hide the screen for a second, guys. I hope you understand why I need to do it like that. Here, I just don't want to show you my ID structure. So here, so this is the database, and what I did. This is the structure. So we have an ID, a username, a password, name, and a Highscore. So as you see, I'm going to go for this value on the users table. So if I go back here, update users, set Highscore, and I think it's with a capital. Is it with a capital? It's not with a capital. So set Highscore equal to, we have the Highscore, we have the Highscore here. We just need to set the Highscore, where the customer ID, which in our case is username, where username with small letters is equals to the variable username. So if the username matches the username on our table, we're going to update the Highscore to the Highscore. And what else do we need to do? I think that's a very simple Highscore setting that we can do for our PHP. Do this variable, I forgot, do this variable need to be like concatenated or something like that? For example, if I go see here on create user, connection, and then comma, password name. Yep, we need to concatenate the variables. So submit Highscore, because this whole thing here is one single string. So I need to break the string here and concatenate with a dot. That's how we do concatenation on PHP. So here and here. Dot. I think we can do it like that. I don't think the last one is necessary though. Maybe just like that. Of course, we're going to try this. Can we check if this has an error? result, check, select from users or username. Now we'll see if it works or if it doesn't work first. So I want to post a high score to the username of my user. Actually, we can try this. I'm going to remove my username from the database so I can show you we can use fake accounts for now. So because I don't want to be hiding the database data from you. It's silly. So let me fix that. I'm removing my account from the database. Delete. Because I don't think people should reveal their Facebook IDs to other people. It's just better to stay low profile, you know what I mean. So okay, I delete it, and I can show you guys again. So we can create, can we just create here? I think we need to yeah, I'm going to make another script called create dummy users or something like that, or we can just, yeah, I'm going to duplicate all this here, new file, save as PHP, no, come on, oh, it didn't have a name. So create dummy users. No, we don't even need this because we have this create user already. The only thing we need to do is do it from Unity here. So instead of using the Facebook plugin, we're just going to create a user like this. So instead of using the username that we get from Facebook login, we're just going to, or we can make okay, so let me get rid of this. Guys, am I getting too boring here? Just go grab a coffee or something. Here, I'm gonna do this. I'm going to make create user, create dummy user. So we're going to do this just for trying and like setting different users. This is just going to be void. What is wrong? It needs to be an enumerator. Nope. Okay, maybe. I don't know. Create dummy user. And then here from main, we're going to call it, because we're just hard coding this part. So here on start, create, we're going to create a dummy user. So we're going to call sign in. This is a static function, so we can just call it. So start coroutine. Sign in, create dummy user. So we're gonna make a user call something like Felix. The password is going to be 1234, and the name is going to be, so this is the ID. So Felix, the Great as his username. Ha. And the name is going to be Felix. Alright, so we're going to create that user, and we can create many users at the same time. So copy this, let's create 5. So query IOP ASDF, and it's going to be called keyboard. I want ice cream. 1 2 3 ABC. Dan. Yakusoku dayo. And then he's going to be called Yuki or something. Yeah, I'm not great at thinking names. Cats and dogs or whatever, and it's gonna call rat, and also something whatever. So we're going to create 5 dummy users. I hope it will work. So we should be able to check them here when we create them, and they all should have a high score of 0. So now if we play Unity, it should happen on the first try at the beginning. I mean, without me pressing any buttons. So connected successfully 5 times. So now we go to the database and we refresh this. And I think I'm showing you things I should not show on the URL. Anyway, let's see. I'll change everything later. So there you are. There are 5 users, because I delete the first user. 5 users, usernames, and their names and their high score. So now what we want to do is get their username to use. We can edit right there. I don't need to edit. Oh, should we edit here? Like something like 1000. Yep, we can edit right there. Here's something like 300, and the rest of them have 0 0 0. Oh, let me give this guy something so that we can have like not in order. And now we are going to try to submit a new high score as any of these users. So let's try to submit a new high score as cats and dogs. So let me read here. Is it a way to block people cheating using an hack, since you're talking about cheating? Yes, there are ways, and we'll talk about them more. So Junior Pro, yes, what is the hardest thing you did on Unity and still bugging you? I don't know, setting up AR stuff, working with some companies' APIs. If it's from Unity itself, I don't know, because there's a lot of things I haven't really like dig deep in Unity, like animations and like animator, those layers and transition between different animation states. I've never got really into that, so I should learn that, and it's bugging me that after all this time I still don't know really well about that. Yeah. How about you? For the names, good names. I spend a half hour naming variables. I know that pain. I always use so much time naming variables. It's it's like one of those important decisions in life, you know, naming your variables. So, all right, let's use cats and dogs to submit the high score. Okay, so we're supposed to have a user with our variables that we get from the Facebook login. But right now we're going to directly set them here manually. So now let's get rid of this, or we are going to try to submit all of these again. And then we have to, here on user, we created a user, right? So right here at the end of the start, we can set the user ID like this, cats and dogs, because we want to try to set this guy high score. So here in our PHP code, what we did was submit high score, right? So what we need to post is the username. We're not going to be using the password for now. If you want to add more security, you could do that on your game. We're going to do that later. And then the high score that we want to update. So let's say that our user got 500 points, so that he will get a better high score. Oh, and here we have a problem, because first we need to check if the high score that we're trying to submit is less than the high score that he already has. Otherwise, whenever he obtains a low score, he's going to override his actual high score. So we need to be careful with that. So let's try this first. We have the sign in function, which is here, create all these requests. We need to do something similar, but instead of create user, actually we should have all of these functions. Do we have a web script? Nope. We should have all of these functions in a script. Instead of sign in, I'm going to merge them into something called web. So all our web functions like insert high score, get high scores, all those things are going to be done in here. So it's a static class. We need to use, oops, sorry guys. All this. We don't have a URL. I'm gonna copy that URL. From there. There you go. And by the way, I want to make a, this is going to be, you already saw it, it's fine. I'm gonna change those names. Submit high score, was it? Submit high score. Yep. Nope, not there. .php. We haven't uploaded this file though. We need to upload this file into the panel of our hosting provider. So we're going to submit the high score. Right now we don't need so many of those parameters. We just need an string username and an integer high score. Okay, so here we can also set, nope. I really don't like working on just the laptop. Like, I don't have my keyboard and my monitor, so it's quite annoying. So this here is equals to high score. Okay. And I'm not sure if this should be a string or not. Anyway, let's try with an integer first. So then we're going to send this post to the submit high score, and I hope no one will hack me during the live stream. So we have a web exception in case something breaks, and there we go. So now here in main, we're going to just web dot what? Nope, I forgot to rename this to submit high score. So here in main, web dot submit high score user dot id, and our high score, which is going to be something like 500. There you go. So submit high score user ID 500. Now we need to upload that file here. My connection settings, I have create user. Need to upload a new file. Submit high score. And connection timeout probably. So I will my own website. Nope. Probably I need to re-log in here. So build website. Start free upload on website. And there you go. So now numero, which is the temporal game for this project. Submit high score, upload. And there you go. So now we can actually try to go to this address through Unity. So you should, let's check the database again here. Remember, we have cats and dogs. We have a high score of 200. We should get a high score of 300 now that we play. So I'm guessing something happened. Let's check the database. Update. I'm nervous. Nothing's happening. Nothing happened. Great. So let's see why. Submit high score. So let's make sure that we are actually doing something proper. We should echo something first. So echo. I don't know. What should we echo? Echo. Hi. We run this. Or whatever. High score. Submitted. Or something like that. So if we reach that point, just want to make sure that this is working. No, stop. What do we do in Unity here? Main submit high score. We should be, okay, that's what happened. We didn't even call this because I'm stupid. This should be a start coroutine, and I didn't even do that. So sorry guys, not one of my days. So now we can try again and check the database. So let's wait until this runs. Huh. Syntax error and expected. So before we didn't have this, but let's see if something happened in the database. So let's refresh this. And no, it didn't happen. because we had this error, which is here in the response string. What is that? Make this bigger. So it's just saying that there is a syntax error and expected semicolon, expecting comma, or end of parentheses insert. Okay, so yeah, I made a mistake, guys. Here, I think I made a mistake here. Yes, I made a mistake there. So we should concatenate. All right, I think like that. Is it? Or one more? Because you open the parentheses here and okay, let's try to upload this again. And I want to echo. Hi, mom. Just to see if you know what I mean. So now let's upload the file again. Select files, submit Highscore. That's the newest version, and lost connection again. I hate this. All right, let's go again. Upload file, select files, submit Highscore, upload, and I see people using Discord. That makes me happy. Uresina. Okay, let's go back to Unity and play it again and see if we get the same error one more time. Yes, I think we get the same error. I think we did get the same error. What am I so bad at this? Yeah, parse error. Anyone has an idea why we're getting that error? Great stream so far. Thank you, Alvin. You are such a great support, really. Really enjoying new stuff. Nice. Then let's keep going. I see some activity here. Hello everyone, I'm Junior Pro from Livestream. Hi. So that's my account on there. Now we're more than ever. We're 14 people. Nice. So yeah, please feel free to post your stuff here. Whatever you want, we'll be commenting on it. Now let's see here. When I use this, where did it go wrong? So I would like to see an example on PHP. So PHP MySQL update sample. Oh, maybe here, PHP update data in MySQL. So here, create a connection, check connection, SQL update my guest set where ID. So they none of them use variables inside. Let's see Stack Overflow. So because I'm sure the error I'm getting is a parse error, is a syntax error. Is getting this semicolon from here. Because all of this whole thing should be one string, right? So here, oh, should I do it like? Should I do it like that too? How do we do it here? Select, where we have a select I just got from the web. Check connection. here, check, select all from users where username equals. Oh, we did it just like that. So why I can't do it like this? So maybe I don't need to concatenate. I can just do it like this. Let's try this. I hope it works this way. So now we need to upload, where is it? Is it here? Upload again. I saved, submit Highscore, upload. And now, if we try this again, let's clear here. We hopefully should have a new Highscore for cats and dogs. And we have a web exception, yay! Stream request, get request stream, blah blah blah. I don't know what this is. What happened? Name resolution failure. Should we try again? Okay, we got the error. Now we got a syntax error. Unexpected. Boop. Oh, maybe I know. Maybe I know the reason. Is it because? I don't think it's that stupid, but is it because we have to do it like this? So I save this. Let's try to upload it again. Select file, submit Highscore, upload. Ah, come on, let me finish this. I'm quite tired, actually. Oh no, really? I uploaded in the wrong folder. Let me delete this. It should be here, inside here. Upload, select files, submit Highscore, upload, and there you go. Now go back to Unity, play. Because I really don't know what is the problem. Okay, we still have the syntax error. Storage will run numero high submit highscore.php on line 8. Line 8. So line 8 is here. So clearly there is an error here, a syntax error. We need to update users. That's the table. Set Highscore. It says there is an unexpected semicolon, expected comma or parentheses. Oh, damn it! I should read the error more carefully. So here we start with this parentheses here, and we of course need to finish with a parenthesis there. That was it. That was the whole problem. I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm just too tired. So well, hopefully it will be fixed now. Now we go to Unity and then we play this. And hi mom, yeah, we got it. So now we go to the database, and if we refresh this, the Highscore is quite slow because you know it's free. So there you go. Cats and dogs is 500. Let me zoom in a little bit. Cats and dogs. You see here the value Highscore is 500. Woo! So yeah, guys, you can comment if you want. If you want to ask questions, right now is a good time because I think this live stream is almost reaching its demise. So because it's been more than an hour, and I think I need to sleep soon because I'm really tired. Why am I checking those right now? So well, now that we know that we can update the Highscore, what we have to do is that instead of, wait a second here, instead of in main, instead of using a fixed ID, we need to use the user ID that we get from the Facebook login or the email login, or anytime, basically anytime we log in, we need to set this user ID. And then here, the submit high score, we have to do it after we finish playing a game. So at the end of the game, when we finish it, we are going to submit this. Before we go, I want to finish one more thing. I want to get the high score first, and I want to check. And only if the new high score is greater than that high score, we are going to submit it. So we are going to use this here. We're gonna call it check as well. Submit high score. Here I'm going to check. So I'm going to select high score. And select high score from user. So this is I can just do the query immediately. So like this. Select high score from users where username equals username, right? Hi Momo, my cat just came out to say hi. No, don't scratch the sofa. So we're going to get that. How do I get it into a value? Can I just, so sorry guys, I really need to check here because of course I don't know everything. There's a lot of things I don't know. I don't know what I want to know right now, how to set the value. So PHP and select PHP select into variable. Handle MySQL select photos. No, what are you doing? Get off here. So we need to use MySQL fetch row handle. And where does this come from? Okay, let's see what other people said. PHP, let's see, PHP select. So for example, here, select ID, result, connection, query, SQL, and then result. Okay, so result will result into okay, I get it. So can this be saved into a variable like this? Current high score. Can I do this? I'm really noob. I need to learn more about PHP myself, guys. So please bear with me. So the current high score, and then we want to have this. So well, I put data for each row. So while row is equals to the result fetch associative array, I guess. Echo ID, row ID, first name, last name. So here, so the result, I don't understand this part. Oh yeah, I like this. All right, this I understand. So let's grab this. Here. So we have a SQL. The SQL is this here. So it's basically select Highscore from users where username equals to the username. So now we don't need this. Then the result is this query, actually applying this query here. Check SQL. Check SQL. So we're getting the current and the current Highscore. Then MySQL number rows result, because this has a lot of rows. Maybe not. It actually won't, but let's do it like this for now. While row equals MySQL improved fetch. This is actually fetch an array here with this result, which is a MySQL result. We're going to echo the ID. No, we don't want to echo those things. What we want to do is compare. If, oh, let me see, how do they compare? How do they get? Okay, so they get it with row. So if row and then is an associative array, so we can get with string keys. So the first thing we have is what I got was Highscore. So if row.Highscore is greater than the Highscore that we got from the post. If the row Highscore is greater than Highscore, so that means we didn't beat our Highscore. Then what we want to do is die with a message: we didn't defeat our Highscore. And we don't want to echo this. Bye. Else, that means, so here, if it's greater or equal to Highscore. So we didn't defeat our Highscore. Else, we are going to execute this query where we have to update the Highscore. So there we, hi mom, like I'm on TV, so that means, oh no, not there. Sorry guys, it should be inside an else here. There we go, up here, because we need to compare. I mean, this else corresponds to this if. So otherwise, if our Highscore is bigger this time, then we update the table here. Let's say hi mom. This else comes from here. So if the result actually didn't find anything, there's 0 results, that means we actually didn't find the username. So there must be some error of some sort. Now we save this, we want to upload it into the, where is it? Over here. I think it's connection timeout. Let's try anyways. Yeah, it worked. Okay, now we can actually try this from here again, cats and dogs. Right now, let's try with a 300. So let's see, let's pretend this time we just score 300 points. So we're going to play, and probably we're gonna get an error or something. Yes, syntax, not syntax, undefined variable con in, oops, okay, and I did something wrong. My connection is called actually con with one n. We got this wrong from the example we got online. So now let's upload it one more time. Select files, submit Highscore, upload. Please don't give me a connection timeout. Nice. Now we go back to Unity, play it one more time. And we didn't defeat our Highscore. Woo! It worked. All right. So now if we check the database and we refresh this, you'll see that Rat still got his 500 points. Because if we didn't check for that before we submit the Highscore, we will always have the latest score rather than the highest score. So now we can submit 501. And we'll see what happens. Is anyone still watching this? Let's see. Well, already didn't go as well as really stream 1 hour. A good stream. Hate when I skip word. What up? What up, Ansimio Official? How are you doing? We're almost done with the stream. Whoa, already 1 hour? Didn't see the time passing. Was a good stream. Bit better, I think. Much better. Now I get it, Duke. Thanks. Else. Oh, else? What else? What? Okay, I'm gonna try to simulate that. So, what's else up? Woohoo! Junior Pro, let's go. Yes, me. Yes, me. Who's me? Me. I'm ready for this. Me too. Hi, Mom. Oh, it worked. So now let's check. Let's check the database. And cats and dogs. Come on, Rat. 501. So now we do the checking of the Highscore on the server, and we can like, we don't have to be afraid of submitting Highscores through our app. So that's basically it. Next time we will do it with real IDs and real scores that we get from the game after we finish playing, but that's going to be for another episode. So Senpai noticed me. Okay, yes, I will notice all of my kawaii kohai if they leave their comments here on the chat box. So just let me know if you want to keep going with this. I'm gonna make the next part where we get the real Highscore from the game, and we submit that, and then we try to get the ranking of the top 10 players. Let's do it tomorrow around the same time, 10 to 12 in Hong Kong time. Yeah, but for now we're just gonna go until here. I think it's getting pretty late for me. Oh, did I do that? Did I really do that? It's just my habit of liking videos that I'm watching. Usually if I watch a video, I like it, because it's like, why not? So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to join the Discord server. Ask me any questions that you might have. Remember to ask me for specific features that we saw within this episode if you want to go into more detail. I bought a HTC Vive. I put it at home. So let me know if you want to make a game for VR with HTC Vive. We can go through with that too. But of course, we're going to finish doing this mobile game first. I imagine it like you click. on this live. Okay, but guys, thank you so much. I feel really happy doing these live streams with you here, commenting, looking at me fail, and then stand up again, I guess. Is a good learning experience for me and hopefully for you too. Please let your friends know about my channel. Let me know what else you want to watch. Let me know if you want a face reveal sometime. I don't know, maybe you think it's just like, nah. I don't know. I see a lot of YouTubers doing face reveals. So let me know what you think, guys. Just comment more. Tell me in the Discord server. I'm gonna put the link here again. Let me get it here. Invite people, copy back here. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for being here. And I love you. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye, guys.